Imagine for a moment. You are walking through life with your eyes wide open, yet in many ways blind. Blind to the patterns that silently govern your thoughts. Blind to the invisible chains of fear and doubt that quietly dictate your every choice. And yet deep inside, there is a spark, a whisper of something greater, something divine, something that has always known you as more than your circumstances, more than your mistakes, more than the world has ever told you. That spark is your higher self. That spark is your truth waiting to be remembered. Most of us live like we are asleep, moving through life on autopilot, like a tape recorder playing the same worn-out story over and over. A story filled with limitations. I can't. I'm not enough. I'll never succeed. We are walking in circles, not because life is cruel, but because we have been conditioned to accept fear as reality. Fear is the silent dictator of our lives, whispering lies, convincing us that our dreams are too big, our desires unattainable, our true selves unreachable. But here's the secret. Fear is an illusion. It is not a prophecy. It is not a verdict. It is a story you can rewrite, a voice you can silence, a chain you can break. And the moment you realize this, the moment you awaken to your higher self, your life transforms in ways you cannot yet imagine. You step into a new frequency, a higher vibration, a space where love, courage, and authenticity become the guiding forces of your life. This awakening begins with awareness. Awareness of the patterns that have silently shaped your life. Awareness of the fears that have silently whispered, "You cannot." Awareness of the old tapes playing on repeat, each thought, each doubt, each judgment, each limitation feeding a version of you that is not who you truly are. And awareness alone is not enough. You must act. You must choose. You must step into the unknown with courage and conviction, guided by the light of your higher self. So how do we step into this higher expression? How do we live our divine truth rather than the conditioned story we have been handed? There are 3 essential steps. 3 profound gateways that lead you from fear into freedom, from limitation into possibility, from the mundane into the miraculous. Step 1. Facing your fears. The first step is often the hardest. Yet it is also the most liberating, facing your fears. Fear is not your enemy. It is a signal. It is a beacon pointing toward the areas of your life where growth, transformation, and awakening await. But most people avoid fear. Most people shy away from it. Most people distract themselves, numb themselves, or pretend it doesn't exist. And in doing so, they remain trapped in cycles of self-doubt, unfulfilled potential, and quiet despair. Imagine fear as a shadow. Shadows exist only because there is light. The more you resist the shadow, the larger it grows. But the moment you shine your awareness directly upon it, the moment you confront it honestly and without judgment, it begins to dissolve. The voice that says, "I am not enough." The whisper that tells you, "You cannot do this." The echo that convinces you to shrink, to hide, to settle. All of these are just shadows. They are illusions. They are not reality. Reality is far more expansive, far more beautiful, far more aligned with your true self. Take a notebook. Write down your fears. Name them. Look at them closely. If your fear is speaking in public, go deeper. Why are you afraid? Judgment, rejection, embarrassment? Then dig deeper still. Often, beneath the fear lies self-judgment, shame, or even self-hatred. This is the tape that has been playing for years. This is the story that has held you back. But awareness gives you the power to change it. Awareness gives you the ability to peel back the layers, to see the root, to recognize the illusion, and to reclaim your power. And then comes the courage to act. Action transforms knowledge into reality. You cannot merely write down your fears, you must confront them. Speak your truth. Step onto the stage even if your hands shake. Face the world, even if your heart pounds. Each act of courage is a declaration to yourself and to the universe. I am more than my fears. I am more than the story I was told. I am awake. I am alive. I am free. Step 2. Rewriting your beliefs. The second step flows naturally from the first. Rewriting your beliefs. Every fear, every doubt, every limitation originates from a belief that you accepted as true, often unconsciously. And yet, the universe responds to your beliefs as though they are facts. If you believe in scarcity, you will experience scarcity. If you believe in limitation, life will present limitation. If you believe you are unworthy, the world will reflect unworthiness back to you in infinite ways. But here is the power of awakening. You get to choose your beliefs. You get to tell a new story. You get to step into a reality that aligns with your highest self, your divine truth. The beliefs you hold are the architects of your reality. Choose beliefs that empower you, beliefs that honor you, beliefs that nourish your soul. Choose beliefs that inspire courage, faith, and love. Experience is a powerful teacher. Step into your fears, challenge them, prove them wrong through action. If you are afraid to speak publicly, speak. If you are afraid of failure, try. The fear may still whisper, but with each act of courage, its voice grows fainter. And as your beliefs shift, so does your reality. The world is not changed. Your perception is. The world is simply reflecting back the truth that has always been inside you. You are capable, worthy, and divine. Step 3. Embracing self-love and higher awareness. The third step is the culmination of the first two. Embracing self-love and higher awareness. When you realize that fear is an illusion, when you step into courage, when you rewrite your beliefs, you awaken to a profound truth. You are love. You are the source of your reality. You are the divine expression of life itself. Self-love is not selfish, it is essential. It is the anchor that allows you to navigate the storms, to shine your light, and to live your truth fully. Through higher awareness, you see the interconnectedness of all things. You see your life not as a series of random events, but as a tapestry, intricately woven, in which your thoughts, actions, and beliefs create meaning and purpose. You awaken to the beauty of being alive, to the miracles that occur in each moment, to the infinite potential within you. And as you embrace this truth, fear loses its power, doubt fades, judgment dissolves. You step fully into your highest expression, your divine truth, your authentic self. As you continue on this path of awakening, it becomes clear that life is not simply a sequence of events happening to you. It is a reflection of the inner world you cultivate. Every thought, every feeling, every belief sends ripples through the fabric of your reality. The universe is not distant, nor is it indifferent. It is a mirror, reflecting back to you the essence of who you choose to be in each moment. And the most profound truth of all? You have always held the power to choose. Think about the moments in your life where fear held you back. Perhaps it was a dream left untouched, a voice silenced, or a heart closed. What if, in those moments, you had whispered to yourself, "I am more than this fear. I am more than this story"? What might your life look like today if you had chosen courage over comfort, authenticity over conformity, love over judgment? These questions are not meant to induce regret. They are meant to awaken possibility. They are invitations to remember your inherent power and divine potential. Fear, when observed deeply, is a teacher. It is not meant to paralyze you. It is meant to point you inward. Beneath the fear of judgment, the fear of failure, the fear of inadequacy, there lies a deeper yearning, the desire to be seen, to be heard, to exist fully and unapologetically. It is the soul whispering, "Remember who you truly are." Every moment of fear is an opportunity to practice courage, to choose love over limitation, to affirm the highest version of yourself. Consider the mind as a garden. Every thought is a seed. Fearful thoughts are weeds. They grow quickly, overtaking the beauty of what you wish to cultivate. But the act of awareness, of consciously choosing which thoughts to nourish, is like sunlight and water to the seeds of empowerment, love, and wisdom. You have the ability to tend this garden every single day. You can uproot the weeds of doubt and scarcity. You can nurture seeds of self-compassion, creativity, and infinite possibility. Over time, your inner garden transforms, and with it, your outer world blooms in reflection of your inner harmony. And yet, self-love is not always easy. In a world that teaches us to doubt, to compare, to compete, it can feel almost rebellious to affirm, "I am enough. I am worthy. I am loved." But this affirmation is not arrogance, it is recognition. It is acknowledgement of the divine spark within you, the unchanging essence that is not defined by external validation or fleeting circumstances. It is the foundation upon which courage, authenticity, and joy are built. Imagine for a moment that you are standing at the edge of a vast forest at dawn. Mist rises gently from the earth, and sunlight pierces through the canopy in golden beams. The forest is dense, mysterious, and unknown. You feel the pull of hesitation, the fear of what lies ahead. And yet, you take the first step. You place one foot in front of the other, Each step is a choice. Each step is an act of faith. And as you move forward, you begin to notice the subtle beauty, the songs of birds hidden in the branches, the smell of earth after rain, the feeling of wind on your skin. This forest is not your obstacle. It is your teacher. And every step you take in courage, every choice to embrace rather than avoid, brings you closer to the realization of your divine self. Reflection is also essential on this journey. Ask yourself, which parts of my story are truly mine and which are borrowed from society, from upbringing, from fear? Many of us carry narratives that were written by others, stories that insist we are limited, flawed, or incapable. But these are not truths, they are borrowed scripts. The higher self does not recognize these limits. The higher self sees only potential, only love, only the infinite horizon of what you can become. To awaken, you must question everything you have been told about yourself. You must sift through the debris of imposed beliefs and reclaim the story that belongs solely to you. This process requires honesty, deep, unflinching honesty. It is tempting to gloss over our shadows, to avoid the parts of ourselves that feel unworthy, ashamed, or fearful. But these shadows are not enemies, they are messengers. They carry lessons, signals, and keys to transformation. When you approach them with courage and curiosity, rather than judgment, you begin to integrate the fragmented parts of your soul. Fear transforms into wisdom. Doubt transforms into clarity. The parts of yourself you once hid become the foundation of your strength, resilience, and authenticity. And then there is the sacred art of surrender. Many think awakening is about relentless striving, pushing past limits, or mastering every thought. But the higher path is a balance, courage and surrender. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means trusting that the universe supports you, that your higher self knows the way, and that you are exactly where you are meant to be in this moment. It means allowing the flow of life, rather than resisting it, while still choosing conscious action. Surrender is the bridge between fear and love, between doubt and faith, between limitation and infinite possibility. As you reflect on these truths, know this: every human being is born with a divine blueprint, a unique expression of life, a calling that only they can fulfill. To live in your highest expression is not to mimic another person's path or chase external accolades. It is to align with your own essence, your own truth. It is to cultivate inner freedom, resilience, and joy, regardless of circumstances. It is to shine authentically, unapologetically, and fully. This is not a destination. It is a daily practice, a series of conscious choices, a commitment to honor the divine within you. As you move deeper into the understanding of your higher self, it becomes clear that life is not merely a series of events, but a canvas upon which your consciousness paints its deepest truths. Every thought, every emotion, every quiet moment of surrender shapes the hues and textures of your existence. There is a profound beauty in realizing that the world you perceive is not separate from you. It is an extension of your inner landscape, a reflection of the clarity, the fear, the love, and the courage that reside within. Consider the nature of fear itself. Fear is subtle, almost seductive in its persistence. It whispers in the spaces between your thoughts, a constant companion disguised as protection. Yet beneath this whisper lies a paradoxical invitation. For fear is not merely a signal of danger, it is a signal of growth, a doorway to understanding, a mirror reflecting the boundaries we have allowed ourselves to accept. The higher self sees this truth. The higher self recognizes that fear, in its essence, is not meant to control or confine, but to awaken the soul to its own courage, to illuminate the path toward authenticity and expansive love. In the stillness of reflection, you may notice how often the mind seeks certainty, clings to predictability, and recoils from the unknown. Yet the unknown is the birthplace of creation, the womb of transformation. Every moment that challenges you, every uncertainty that causes hesitation, is an opportunity to witness the vastness of your own spirit. The higher self does not cling. It does not resist. It moves with the rhythm of existence, embracing the fluidity of life with quiet assurance. There is a sacredness in observing your own thoughts and emotions without judgment. To simply witness them, to acknowledge their presence and then allow them to pass, is to touch the infinite. The higher self exists in this space of presence, where love is not earned or deserved. It simply is. You begin to recognize that every moment, whether marked by fear, joy, sorrow, or delight, carries a thread of divine wisdom, a note in the symphony of your consciousness. Each experience, no matter how fleeting, contributes to the unfolding of your authentic self. As the awareness of your higher self deepens, so too does the recognition of interconnectedness. You begin to see that every life, every being, every circumstance is woven into a tapestry that extends far beyond the individual. There is a quiet intelligence at work, a subtle orchestration that guides the flow of existence. And within this understanding, fear begins to lose its grip. The ego may still speak, whispering doubt and resistance, but the higher self listens, observes, and chooses alignment with truth, compassion, and expansive love. Consider the journey of the soul as a river flowing toward the ocean. The river encounters obstacles, rocks, currents that push and pull, yet it continues, moving inexorably toward its ultimate expression. So too does the soul navigate the currents of fear, doubt, and limitation. Each twist and turn, each rapid or calm pool contributes to its growth and refinement. There is a grace in this movement, a poetry in the way life unfolds, and a profound trust that emerges when the higher self recognizes that every experience, every challenge is not an obstacle but a guide. Love, in this context, is not a fleeting emotion. It is the very fabric of existence. It is the essence from which courage, creativity, and clarity emerge. To awaken to your higher self is to awaken to this love, to see it not only as a force within yourself, but as the invisible thread that connects all life. Fear may appear, but it is transient. Love endures. It does not need justification, explanation, or proof. It simply is. And when you allow yourself to dwell in this truth, you begin to perceive life differently. You see the subtle beauty in moments often overlooked, the divinity in ordinary encounters, the sacred rhythm in each breath and heartbeat. In the quiet of contemplation, the mind may begin to loosen its grip on old stories. You may notice the habitual narratives, "I am not enough," "I am unworthy," "I cannot," begin to dissolve, not through effort, but through recognition. The higher self does not fight these thoughts. It observes them with gentle clarity, understanding that they are echoes of conditioning, shadows of the past. And as they fade, a profound sense of freedom emerges, a recognition that your essence is not defined by history, by circumstance, or by the judgments of others. Your essence is unbounded, luminous, and eternal. This reflection reveals another subtle truth. The world is a mirror. It reflects not only our fears and doubts, but also our love, our courage, our capacity for growth. When you awaken to your higher self, you begin to perceive the world differently. Challenges are no longer threats. They are opportunities for insight, for expansion, for alignment with your divine nature. Joy is no longer fleeting. It is a reflection of your own inner radiance. Every interaction, every encounter, becomes a chance to witness and express the beauty, wisdom, and authenticity that reside within. The awakening of the higher self is also a journey of patience. Transformation is rarely instantaneous. It unfolds in layers like petals opening one by one, revealing depth, fragrance, and beauty at each stage. There is a rhythm, a timing, a natural unfolding that cannot be rushed. To resist this process is to cling to old fear. To surrender to it is to trust the wisdom of your own soul. In this trust you find peace, not the absence of difficulty, but the presence of understanding, acceptance, and grace. And perhaps the most profound reflection of all is this: to awaken to your higher self is to recognize that you are not separate from life. You are life. Every thought, every feeling, every breath is a manifestation of the divine consciousness within you. There is nothing outside of you that can diminish this truth. No circumstance, no judgment, no fear can erase the light that has always been and will always be yours. To dwell in this awareness is to step into freedom, into authenticity, into a life fully lived, not by accident, but by conscious, radiant alignment with the highest truth of your being. As your awareness deepens, a subtle realization begins to unfold. Life is neither random nor separate from you. Each experience, each encounter, each fleeting thought is woven into the vast tapestry of your existence. There is a hidden order, an intelligence that hums quietly beneath the surface of daily life, guiding, shaping, and orchestrating every nuance. The higher self perceives this symphony, not as a series of events to control, but as an intricate dance in which every note, every pause, every crescendo serves a purpose. Fear may attempt to pull you away, to convince you of chaos and limitation, but the awakened consciousness knows that even fear is part of the dance. a shadow that highlights the brilliance of your inner light. Reflection brings another profound insight. Identity is fluid. The stories we tell ourselves, the labels we carry, the judgments we believe, these are not absolute truths. They are constructs, often inherited from culture, upbringing, and past experiences. And yet the higher self exists beyond these constructs, in a realm where essence is unbounded, infinite, and luminous. To glimpse this realm is to recognize that you are more than your past, more than your fears, more than the roles you have played. You are the eternal witness, the creative consciousness, the source from which all your moments arise. Consider the rhythm of life itself. It moves in cycles, waves that rise and fall, seasons that shift in perfect timing. There is a grace in this rhythm, a harmony that can only be perceived when the mind stills and the heart opens. In this awareness, the higher self reveals a subtle truth. Resistance is unnecessary. Struggle is an illusion born of identification with fleeting thoughts and external circumstances. The more you align with the flow of existence, the more you perceive the natural unfolding of life as a reflection of your own inner divinity. Challenges no longer feel like burdens. They become mirrors, guiding you toward insight, clarity, and deeper understanding of your own power. Within this contemplation arises the recognition of interconnectedness. Every being, every element, every pulse of life resonates in harmony with all else. Your joys, your sorrows, your growth, and your awakenings are not isolated events. They echo through the vast web of existence. To awaken to the higher self is to perceive this web, to sense the invisible threads that connect all life, to understand that your own expansion contributes to the collective awakening of consciousness. In this light, fear loses its dominion. The worries of separation dissolve as you recognize the truth of unity. You are never truly alone, and all life is a reflection of the sacred essence that dwells within you. A further reflection emerges. Time itself is an illusion. Past and future are constructs of the mind. The only reality is this present moment, alive with infinite potential. When the higher self awakens, it dwells fully in the now, embracing the fleeting beauty of each breath, each sensation, each thought as a sacred gift. The mind may cling to memory or anticipation, yet consciousness recognizes that these are mere ripples on the surface of a timeless ocean. The true essence of being is always present, always available, always radiant with possibility. In this presence, fear is quieted, doubt is dissolved, and a profound sense of freedom arises. As reflection deepens, one recognizes the subtle interplay between surrender and action. The higher self does not struggle against life. It flows with it, harmonizes with it, yet it also moves with intention, guided by love, wisdom, and clarity. There is a delicate balance. Surrender allows the universe to unfold, while conscious alignment ensures that each choice resonates with authenticity and truth. In this dance, fear no longer dictates movement. Judgment no longer dictates perception. The awakened soul moves freely, guided by the quiet assurance of its own infinite nature. Love emerges as the ultimate reflection of this awakening. It is not a fleeting emotion dependent on circumstance. It is the very foundation of existence. The higher self recognizes that every thought, every action, every intention carries the potential to express this love. In moments of reflection, one sees that love is not something to be earned, achieved, or sought externally. It is the ever-present source from which all experiences flow. Awareness of this love transforms perception. Challenges become opportunities, scarcity becomes abundance, doubt becomes clarity, and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Life is no longer a series of problems to solve, but a canvas upon which the soul paints its own radiant truth. Consider the metaphor of the ocean. Vast, deep, and unknowable, yet perfectly aligned with its own rhythm. The surface may rise and fall with storms, yet beneath lies a stillness that is eternal. So too is the consciousness of the higher self. The turbulence of fear, sorrow, and doubt may ripple across the surface of awareness, yet beneath it all lies the eternal essence of your being, calm, expansive, and luminous. To awaken is to dive beneath the surface, to rest in this stillness, and to recognize that it has always been your true home. And finally, reflection brings a sense of reverence for life, for consciousness, for the unfolding of each moment. Every breath, every heartbeat, every interaction is imbued with sacred significance. You begin to perceive the ordinary as extraordinary, the fleeting as eternal, the mundane as miraculous. The awakened consciousness no longer seeks validation from the world outside. It finds certainty in the infinite, unchanging truth within. Every fear, every doubt, every shadow is seen as a teacher, a messenger, a guide illuminating the path toward deeper love, higher awareness, and profound freedom. As you reflect on these truths and allow your higher self to guide you, remember that this journey is not just for you. It is a light that can inspire others as well. If this message has touched your heart, if it has stirred something within, I invite you to join this community of awakened souls. Follow this channel to continue exploring the depths of your consciousness. Like this video to honor the wisdom and courage within you, and share it with those who need a reminder of their own infinite potential, so that together we can awaken more hearts, more minds, and more lives. Your light matters, your truth matters, and by sharing it, you contribute to a world where love, awareness, and courage can thrive.